Hello everyone and welcome back to Ratting Road. So today I bring a very special video with this Realtrack Class 156 that I bought from Rainbow Railways, and it has been absolutely beautifully painted up into Abellio Greater Anglia livery. I'm absolutely over the moon by it, and I was very taken back by the quality of the paint job. So I'm going to be taking a look and showing you guys up close and personal, just so you can see for yourself, just to get you an idea on, what sort of quality and products that Rainbow Railways do. They specialise in, repainting and renumbering, certain models. They've got all sorts on their website, and I highly suggest you take a look. I'll leave the website down in the bottom below, along with their Facebook page. They haven't asked me to do this video. I'm purely doing it out of my own goodwill, like I did for the GC weathering video. I highly, like I've said before, I highly do believe in giving credit when it's due. So this video is dedicated to Mike and Colin at Rainbow Railways. I'm absolutely over the moon with the final product, and I'm also very impressed with their customer service from Mike in particular, because I dealt with him mainly. But without further ado, I'm going to get straight on with the video, and I hope you enjoy. So I've already got the model out of the box, because this isn't a box opening video. This is purely looking at the paint application, and I'm going to start from the front of the model. So starting off at the front of the model, as you can see, I've already took the time to add the snow plough and the dummy coupling which comes with the unit. I've done the same on the other end as well. That's something you have to do yourself. But first impressions on the paintwork is really impressed. There are a couple of places where it didn't quite stay in a straight line, and I'm talking about the yellow when I say that. So if I just briefly show, so you can just see where it just slips out a line there, and the same on the other side. But we are talking about probably half a mil, if that, so it's very easily ignorable. It certainly isn't that obvious, and you do need to pay sort of close attention when you see it in first person. But apart from that, very impressed, and really like the application of the yellow. There's no smudging or overspray or anything like that, so really happy with that. The black around the headlights, again, that's crisp and clear. There's no paint overspill or overspray or smudging, so that's another mark. And then moving on to things like the decal application, you've got your overhead warning flash in the window, which must have been an absolute pig to do. And then you've also got your unit running number, which is 156422. Unfortunately, when I looked at pictures of the real thing, I realised that the unit number needs to be slightly lower down. It's roughly about 2/3 of the way down between the railing underneath the driver window and the light. And as you can see on the model, it's about slap bang in the middle, so it does need to come down a little bit. That's the only criticism on the front though, and obviously the one on the paintwork as well, but to be honest, I won't really call that a criticism. And then you've got your cant rail at the top, which looks really good as well. Again, no smudging, and it's nice and even and crisp. So top marks for the front. So I'm going to now move on to the sides. So I'm now just going to pan across the model. You can see just the quality of the paintwork as I try and slowly come along and keep the camera as smooth as I can. So the sides is what really done it for me. The paint application on the sides is just absolutely spot on. This is probably the closest thing I've ever seen to a factory finish. There is absolutely no smudging whatsoever, and I will show the other unit as well up close, and as well as the other side as well. But as you can see, there is no smudging around the window surrounds, or the door itself, or the paint around the door opening button. The hand railings as well, they're nice and painted and accurate. One being red, one being white. The cant rail as well, nice, crisp and clear, stays in a straight line, same thickness, top marks for that as well. And if we just come a bit further across, transfers, again, nothing to complain. The overhead warning flash at the front of the model earlier on in the clip was really good. and then the actual Abellio logo as well, really nice, crisp and clear. There is no like paper showing through, like the shiny backing paper that sometimes you can see on transfers. There is absolutely none on either of the decals on the model, which is really nice to see. So top marks for that. And then as you can see, the quality of the paint stays the same, still no smudging or anything like that. Just trying to keep it as smooth as I can. So now we're over to the other door. So really, really nice indeed. And I'm just going to move over to the other coach and do the same. So pretty much the same story on this coach. Absolutely crisp, clear paint application with spot on transfers, lovely cant rail, window surrounds as well and grills, no chipped paint or nothing like that. Same with the door and the opening button and the handrails again. Absolutely 12 out of 10 for the paint job on this. Like honestly, I'm really blown away. And as I said, probably the closest to factory finish I've ever seen from a repaint. I have in fact spanned the unit around, so now we are looking at the other side, and I'll just do the same again so you can see. I won't say anything though, because I'll just let you see for yourselves this time, because it more or less is the same. Now this is the other end of the unit that I didn't show in the previous clip at the start of the review, and it's more or less the same story. So you've still got lovely paint application, lovely cant rail, and the decals as well, looking really good, apart from the unit number needing to be slightly lower down. And then the yellow on this end of the unit isn't quite as, is slightly better. It has still got that slight misalignment of yellow on the left hand side, but again it's so small, it's really easy ignorable. So I'll just bring up closer as well so you can see for yourself. So that's more or less the outside of the model covered. I'll just briefly talk about the inside and the future plans for the model as well. So I just thought I'd turn on the model's wonderful interior lighting just to show you the interior. Rainbow Railways don't paint the interiors, unfortunately. And as it was a ScotRail donor, it's got the horrible purple interior that needs to be changed ASAP. The real Abellio Greater Anglia 156 is, I basically call it the stagecoach colour scheme. If you was to Google, Greater Anglia 156 interior, you'll see what I mean. So I need to paint the interior into the correct colours, and I'll also be adding a driver, some passengers, and also some other details like newspapers and train tickets, just to complement the model a bit more, along with adding weathering as well. But I just thought I'd turn the lights off and turn in passenger saloon lights on just to show you this. Rainbow Railways can sell their models or supply their models with sound, and I've had the Lego Man Biffo sound chips added to both the units, and I'm really impressed with the sound. I'll quickly show you the sounds and functions. I won't go on for too long because there's plenty of videos already covering them, but I just thought I'd show them anyway, it just adds a little bit of compliment to the unit as well, and also on Rainbow Railways' behalf.
deceased people's train service to Peterborough. Please familiarise yourselves with the safety notices adjacent to the doors. Welcome aboard deceased people's train service to Grimsby Town. Please familiarise yourselves with the safety notices adjacent to the doors.
So that was most of the sounds demonstrated for you, as well as the functions. I did leave a couple of them out. One of those was the destination illumination. There's a function that turns on the destination light, and that's been blanked out on this model, and I believe they do that on all of their 156 repaints. So that function is a bit obsolete, and whether they've removed the bulb or not, I don't know. And then another thing I didn't show was the flange squeal sound. I found that to be really low, or in terms of volume, it was quite quiet. I could barely hear it, and I knew that you wouldn't have been able to hear it in the video either, so I just left that out. But yes, this model does come with flange squeal, and I don't know if it's normal, but it didn't actually turn on until I was at speed set 7, and that was going quite fast around the layout and generating quite a lot of running noise, so that would be probably why I wouldn't have heard it. So it does include that as well, and I just thought I'd mention that before moving on. I promised myself I wouldn't talk about the box, but I just wanted to show this on the side, which I thought was quite a nice touch. It's just a CAD of one of the unit cars printed out and then just glued onto the side of the box. I thought that was a nice touch from them. Whether they do this on all their boxes, I'm not sure, but I can't imagine them just doing this for me. But I just thought I'd show that anyway. So there we go. I've more or less covered everything. I talked about the paint application and or the respray job as a whole, and then also talked about my future plans for the model with the interior and demonstrated the sound. As I've done the pans, you could probably actually get an idea on what the model in general is like. The Realtrack 156 is an absolutely fantastic model, and I really do like it. I wouldn't mind getting another one at some point. I really would recommend those to people if they wanted a DMU on their layout. In terms of Rainbow Railways, thanks again to Mike and Colin for doing a spectacular job on this. I'd recommend them to absolutely anybody and everybody, and I've left the link to their website and Facebook page in the description below, where you can check out some of their work and see if anything tickles your fancy. I'll certainly be buying from them in the future if anything appeals to me, particularly any Anglia region stock or possibly some Freightliner things like a Racing Green Class 90. I'm not at all hinting there, by the way. But jokes aside, they've done a fantastic job on it, and they really were a top class company to deal with as well. So truly well deserved good review in my opinion. 12 out of 10 in every single category you could think of in terms of workmanship, customer service, courtesy, the whole lot. And I've also left a link to my socials, my Facebook page and Instagram for the layout, so you can get some behind the scenes and see what I get up to when the camera isn't rolling. So that's more or less it from me, and I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care, happy modelling, and stay safe. Bye.